Hello, board game enthusiasts. Welcome back to another episode of the Escape the Board podcast, where we're all about tabletop gaming. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Connor Sligowski, and my co-host,
Charles Holm. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to do another Let's Play. Today we've got Camel Up for you guys. This is an interesting game about betting on racing camels. We don't expect it to take too long, hopefully, so I think we've got a little bit of time at the end for you guys for a little review and analysis, but we'll see where we get to with that. But yeah, racing camels. How much more quirky can it get?
Definitely a game that when we picked it up, we picked it up based on other recommendations from TikTok, which is how we picked up a lot of our more recent games.
Actually, this one specifically, I think, was a recommendation from one of our customers at a game night.
Oh, that's yeah, you're right. And it honestly does play fairly quick, but it is so much fun. It's meant to play up to, I think, 8 players.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And it's just, you're in for a world of fun. This game is super fun. I'm going to recommend it even before we play it.
Pretty good. So we've got most of the setup done. Just to walk you through what's kind of going on here. On each of our turns, we can pick one action out of 4 choices. You can either bet on the heat, which is, we'll explain that a little more in depth later. You can advance the camels and get paid for it for some reason. Or you can bet on
the overall race.
Yeah, the overall race, who's going to win, who's going to lose by the end of the game. Or you can try and throw roadblocks or little speed boosts in for the camels.
Right.
So 4 good actions.
We do have a couple of camels going the opposite direction of everybody else, as you can see. So you've got 5 camels going the proper direction, and then you've got your crazy camels who are going to run the opposite direction around the track, and they'll kind of cause some mayhem and discontent as they move along.
Yeah. So just to finish with setup, we've got all of the camels are not necessarily starting at the starting line. For some reason, we get to the race, I guess, just a little bit after it starts. We're going to see how the camels are right out of the gate.
Right.
So we got 6 dice here, 1 for each color of camel, and we've got 1 gray dice that is split between the 2 crazy camels. It's got white numbers and black numbers on it to show you who's going where. But basically, as far as the setup for the camels go, I'm just going to roll all these, and whatever number it lands on, that's going to be the space that each camel starts on. One interesting thing about this game is that camels don't share a space.
They stack.
They stack on a space. So if 2 camels are on the same space, one of them is going to be on top. And if the camel on top moves later, it will jump off the lower camel and run around. But if the camel on bottom moves first, it will actually carry the camel on top with it. So, pretty wacky stuff. So, just to start off, blue's going to stay where it's at.
Red's going to move to 3, and everyone else is going to stay on 1.
That's hilarious. We're going to stack them in some
random order.
So, red is off to a good start for sure. Now, the way I like to use the gray dice, we're going to roll this one twice. We're going to roll this one twice. Usually, whichever color it lands on is the one that I just picked first for random sake. But
pretty sure that's the way the official rules say to roll it.
I'm pretty sure the official rules say pick one, roll for it, and then roll for the other one. Maybe. I think it's just easier to roll them all as a bunch. But anyway, whatever this is, regardless of color, is going to be the roll for the white camel. And it's going to stay right where it's at. Cool. So all of these are going into our Pyramid of Mystery. Take it around a little bit.
A little bit of additional setup that hasn't quite been mentioned yet. Before each game, each player is going to choose a character that comes in the box. Charles is playing a little dude with a
I am the not Sultan.
Not Sultan, and I am Fancy Pants McGee.
Mr. Euro Trash.
And then each player also gets a crowd token, which we'll kind of get to a little bit later.
That's what we use to boost or slow down the camels.
And 3
coins. 3 coins to start off with,
3 coins.
Because again, this is a betting game. One interesting, if not dumb thing about coins is that if for some reason you run out of coins and you're supposed to lose more, you don't actually lose more. You stay.
You can't go into debt on this game.
Can't go into debt, which is really weird for a betting game.
And then there's this camel first player token.
Definitely handy, I think, with larger groups. I think for the most part, we're probably just going to ignore its existence in this game,
which is fair.
But yeah, it exists. It's kind of a cute token.
Yeah. So generally, in a bigger game, the first player token would go to whoever took the last move of the heat. Or the first person after the player who took the last move of the heat.
The weird thing is when a heat is done, you just keep going in the same order. You don't restart. A heat is basically a round. We don't restart at the beginning of every round. Well, some things reset, but we don't restart.
Right.
It just keeps going. It just doesn't stop.
Right.
Easy stuff.
So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to get some of the camels moving, and I'm going to get a coin for that. Shake up the little pyramid, push a little button, and out comes a dice. So because that is the blue dice and it rolled a 1, the blue camel is going to move 1 space. And as we said, these camels work in stacks. So whoever's on top of whatever camel is rolled also moves along with them.
One other thing to note when we're referring to camels that are in first and last place, higher on the stack is higher in your place order. So the purple camel in this situation is actually in second place right now. The blue camel is in third, and the green camel is in last. Now, we do only get to roll 5 dice each round. That's what we decide is the end of the heat. As soon as the last dice is rolled, that's the end of the heat, and we do our little reset. But they do have nice little tents right here for us, so we can
keep track. I'm going to go ahead and take my coin for that.
Which is probably fine. Rules as written, that's just something that we work with at the end of the heat. That way, it's something that you can't
double dip on.
Well, you can't go into debt for. Like if you were to lose those coins for some reason, you would gain them back at the end of the heat.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm also going to do that because it's not a lot of sense to be betting before they move very much. And I've got the green camel jumping up into second place.
Ooh.
That's a good jump.
All right. Ooh. Ooh. I think that I am going to take the purple. I'm going to bet on the purple camel.
Very, very wise choice. I'm going to take the yellow.
That is also wise. I'm going to go ahead and roll another. Oh, it's going to move 2.
In case we didn't clarify this well enough, the crazy camels go backwards. So if one of the good camels jumps on top of a crazy camel, the crazy camel can't drag it backwards across the track. We've talked a little bit about finishing the heats when we got 5 dice rolled up, but I'm going to take the purple one, by the way. The game finishes as soon as one of the normal camels crosses the finish line.
I am going to take yellow.
Okay. And I will be rolling.
Come on, purple. Yeah.
There's purple.
Yeah. So, because I had bet on purple to be in first and blue has already moved, I am guaranteed to have won the first bet on the purple camel.
Yep.
And the way these bets work is whoever bets first gets more prizes.
Whoever bets early.
Bets early.
Yeah, the earlier.
So, for the if let's take the blue camel for example. If I had bet on the blue camel and it was in first, at the end of the heat, I would get 5 coins.
If it's in second place,
I get first.
You get
if it's
1 coin.
Anywhere else, I lose. Yeah, if it's in second, I get 1. If it's anywhere else, I lose 1. And then if I'm second to bet on blue and it's in first, I would get 3 coins, 1 in second. Basically, with any bet, if it's not in the first 2 positions, you're going to lose a coin. If it's in the second position and you bet on it, you're going to get 1 coin. And then the earlier you bet on the first place, the better your winnings are going to be.
Exactly. Okay.
Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and bet on purple again.
Same.
And I'm going to go ahead and roll the last die. That would be yellow. Out to an early lead. Okay. I'm going to take that, and I'm going to take that.
I will trade those two in for my 2 coins. And we are going to run through all of the heat stuff real fast.
End of heat. This is,
yeah.
Especially if you're in a larger player game, this is where you would calculate whoever won all of your winnings for the round, and then you'd start up with the first player next round.
So I've got 6 coins off of my bets. So I'm just going to go ahead and take we've got a 5 coin here and then several 1 coins that we've been using.
I am on 8. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, and we're going to put these back.
Yeah, we put everything back in order.
So drop your 2. I've got the 2 and 3.
And then the 5. You've got the 3 and then the 5.
I'm going to put
all the dice go back in the pyramid. And because I took the last action on that round, in a normal game, whoever was directly after me would get the first player token, and then it would continue on from there. Since there's only 2 of us and I took the last action, Charles is obviously first player.
So we're going to start with another roll because we are very neck and neck in this. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves on the betting.
Green jumps up 1.
Jumps into first place nonetheless.
Ooh, fancy. I think I'm going to bet on red.
Bold choice, bold choice. There's a lot of bad things that can happen.
I'm aware. It is a bold choice, but if I'm correct...
Taking another one. So my problem with betting on red... So
if yellow or purple are pulled, then green's going to be out in front.
Which is true.
There is a...
Or if blue is pulled...
That's true.
Red doesn't stand a chance of coming in.
It's bold.
I'm just saying, you've got a 25% chance less because there's still the white dice, but... And there we go.
Purple jumps out 3.
You're not winning that bet, good sir.
Ding! And I'm going to take green.
I will also be taking green because...
I'm also going to take another green.
Yeah, let's get those out of the way fast.
I think I'm going to take a roll.
The only other thing that could happen that could change stuff right now is if we roll yellow on 3.
Yeah. Like that.
I will be taking the yellow.
Dang. I'm also going to take yellow.
And yellow.
And yellow.
Good pick. Good
wow.
right there. I hope you learned your lesson.
Dang.
I'll be taking another one of those. Just going to finish off the heat as fast as we can. Get that over with. Look at that. Red is in last place.
Dang.
Wow. Called that on a few different levels.
Wow. Yeah, you did. And at this point, I might as well just finish the heat and get my coin for it. That's going to be red by 3.
Neck and neck still. Wow.
For real.
To be honest, this is the closest this has ever been for us. Granted, it's still early, but usually we have a few people jumping out ahead.
5, 6, 7 minus 1 is 6.
8, 9.
7, 8.
And then I've got 2 of these, so I'll be taking 12.
Dang. That was a blunder on my part.
For sure.
So there's 2, 5.
You lost your coin for the red.
I know.
That was a question.
Yes. Because I should have had 10 for the round. I took the 1 loss.
Fair enough. Now, I'm not usually a big fan of using these booster tokens, but just to explain how they work, if a camel lands on it, you've got 2 choices. You can either push it ahead 1, or you can
knock it back 1.
Exactly. You took the last round. It's my turn again.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, you cannot place 2 booster tokens next to each other and just kind of spam it, because you could be like, oh yes, if he jumps on this, he'll go back 1, but this will make him go forward 1 and then back 1. So they make sure that you have to have a gap between them.
If a camel does land on your crowd token, then you are paid 1 coin.
Yep, that is, I think, the best part about this.
But it also helps you kind of have a little bit of crowd control if you have a specific camel that you're trying to bet on. Well,
it's promising.
Yeah. I think I am actually going to put my token out.
And I'm going to go ahead and bet on yellow.
Fair enough.
There's nothing at this
Oh, that's
point.
very true.
Well, okay, so the worst case scenario for me at this point is if red jumps 3.
Well, yellow could
And
jump
then-
1 and then
jumps
green
3.
jump.
Right, but that leaves him in second place.
It's true.
Yeah, getting him into third place is the only thing that really screws me over on this. So I think that's a safe bet right now.
I took the other yellow.
I know.
Okay.
I'm just thinking about what I want to do, because we are halfway around the track, a little past that, so it won't be long before we're
End of game.
looking at end of game stuff. All right, and red's going to
moves
move 1,
one.
which leaves me in the safety zone.
I am also going to take a roll. Blue's going to move 1.
And again with the rolls.
Yellow's going to move 3.
1, 2, 3, right past Connor's
Oof.
little booster gold there.
All right. Well, that's rough.
Yeah, the camel cannot physically, and I think there's a rule about putting the booster in the end zone as well. I think
Right.
16 is off limits. I could be wrong about that.
So
the way these end of game bets work is the first one to put down the correct answer is going to get paid out more, and anyone that puts down a wrong answer is
just going to lose a
gonna
coin.
lose points, right?
One side is who you think is going to end up in first, and the other side is who you think is going to end up in last.
So right now, if the game were to end, the yellow would be in first place, of course, and red would be in last.
And it is this side that is first, correct?
That is the winner's platform there.
Right. So I'm going to go ahead and make a bet for the end of the game.
Which is pretty smart. My one big concern about it is that with a 3, yellow will not be crossing the finish line. So we've got at least 2 rounds out. There's nothing he can do to cross the finish line next round.
Right.
And that's 2 rounds of green trying to jump ahead. If green hits a 3 on this roll, which I'm going to take right now, then he is almost guaranteed first place at that point.
Which is true. Ooh, white's going to jump ahead too.
You're going to get a coin for that.
Is going to push him.
That actually stays there until the end of the heat, but it is the end of the heat. Okay. Cool. And back down to our reset. So I've got
1
7.
coin from rolling.
And start trading in since we're running out of.
And I've got 5 from betting on yellow.
And then I've got 3. I got 4. I probably should not trade those in because I'm very smart like that. Whatever.
You're running out of 5s.
Well, I did not think we were going to run through this much cash, but there's more in the box.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
Okay, and I took the last turn, so back to you.
Correct. So I am going to start off with a roll.
And blue jumps ahead 1. Good stuff, good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Black is going to jump ahead 1.
Okay.
I am going to place a bet. Ooh, wrong. I'm going to place this one over here.
Boy, I hope you're wrong. Because if red rolls, I rolled the black dice. I need to get better about collecting these. If red rolls a 2, that puts blue in last place. And in case you can't see from back there, we are actually placing these bets hidden. They are secret. So that might be red, that might be blue. He might have played the safe game. He might have played the let's see what happens. Hard to tell.
Could have done a lot of different stuff.
And green's going to jump 2, which is going to put him on yellow's back.
And nope, it does not, because that was from the last heat.
That's true.
Okay.
Okay. Lots of good choices.
Yeah, we're getting down to the wire here. So
Purple could
jump on yellow. That is the only chance of anyone getting ahead of yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and take that yellow bet.
Same.
And I'll take another one.
And same.
And I will roll. Yellow's gonna, or red's gonna jump ahead. Round 1.
My big problem is the next heat. So
Yep.
I'm not quite ready to vote on a loser like you were. There's just a lot that could happen still. There's only 2 dice left in there.
Yes.
One of them's yellow, one of them's purple.
Yes.
We've already voted on yellow. Green's in second place.
Yes.
You know what? I'll just play it safe. And
yellow jumps 2.
Good stuff. All right. I'm going to take 3 more coins.
I'm going to take 2 from making bets and 7.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've got another 5.
I'm just gonna grab some more. Whoops, full choice. Anyways, I'm taking 7.
Okay. And it is your turn again.
Yes, it is.
Green still could come out on top. He's only 3 behind.
Could.
Fact, purple could come out on top, or blue. You never know.
That is factual. I am going to actually throw that over. Whoops.
Full choice.
Throw that over there. I'm going to go ahead and roll. Blue's going to pull ahead by 1. I am going to throw that out there.
Seems an odd place, but okay.
Bold. But I think I'm going to also do that. Gonna jump on the back of Crazy Joe.
Yeah, I'm gonna take another one of those. It is possible. If purple rolls a 3, it is possible. Everything else is pretty much safe.
I'm just saying, if black rolls a 3, he moves back 3.
Him moving back 3 does not.
Oh, that's true. That's fair. That's fair. You know what? That's a pretty safe bet.
So purple 3 is the only risk, and that ends the game. Okay. So let us. So first, we're going to run through our end of heat stuff.
Right. So I'm going to gain 2, 5, 6.
I picked up another 10 from my
So
bets.
that's 6. That's 8 for me.
I've got 7 here from the yellow camel, and then another 3 from my green camel.
I picked up 2 from rolling, 5 from yellow, and 1. Or excuse me, not 5. 4 from yellow, and 1 from
4 from yellow.
Yes. 3 for first, 1 for second. Oh, 5. No, 5. I'm not smart. 5 from yellow, 1 from green. Puts me at 6 plus my 2 for 7 for the round.
Okay. I'm going to drop your green down first.
Okay.
Okay. Now for the end of race. So let's start with the winners. The way we're going to do this is we're just going to flip it straight over, Anyone that's right is going to get the rewards in order. Anyone that's wrong is just going to get a negative. So he's got a yellow token for 8. And I've got yellow for 5. Which the rewards are printed right here on the game board if you need them, or of course they're also in the rule book. And then we'll do the same with the losers. So of course red is in last place. Connor's going to lose a coin.
And then I'm going to get
And then he's going to get 8. And I'm going to get another 5.
I'm just going to drop 2 and pick up 2 5s.
Okay.
And that's end of game.
Pretty much it. Yeah,
and so in order to calculate who wins, it's whoever has the most coins at the end of the game. Fairly simple scoring system. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 2, 4, 6. So I'm at 56.
62.
Dang. All right. So Charles pulled out the victory on this one.
Yeah. So like we said, quick and easy game.
Obviously, it's going to take a little bit longer if you have more people.
Right.
It is super simple for even the, like, if you're not stupid.
Acceptable for young ages.
Yes.
I think the youngest person we've played this with was 8 years old. But I think you could comfortably go a little bit lower than that as long as
you've got adult supervision to help them along.
Just make sure that there's no
it really is just basic numbers and colors. You got to understand a little bit about the bets, but
I mean,
it's not hard to understand.
As long as you have someone there to calculate at the end, I don't think you really need to understand much about the bets. You just need to understand, do I think this person's going to win? Do I think this person's going to lose?
That's true.
What do I want? Who do I think is going to win?
That's true.
I mean, you really don't need to understand betting structure at all to have a good time playing this game.
Right. And honestly, like Charles said, when we were running our game nights, the first game night we ran, we had a recommendation by one of our attendees to bring in quick and easy to play, easy to understand, so you can just sit down, set it up, get playing without much effort. And this was one of the games that he mentioned. Splendor was another game that he had mentioned.
I think we're going to do a Let's Play on that in the near future.
I would hope,
a couple other videos scheduled
before
we hit that. But we'll do a Let's Play on Splendor. That one's kind of interesting.
But this is an easy game to pull out. It's fun. It's simple. The theming is...
It's got a nice cartoonish art style.
Right. It's just... It's got that childlike wonder to it. You kind of feel like you've traveled into Australia or Africa or somewhere, and Egypt.
Australia?
Egypt.
Welcome to the Australian camel races, everyone.
Welcome to Connor's lack of geography knowledge. Egypt. You feel like you've gone to Egypt. You're at a camel race, and you've got the crazy camels going the wrong way on the track. It just gives a sense of childlike wonder, which I think is something that a lot of current board games lack.
You say that, but honestly, we have discovered a lot of childish, fun board games in the last year alone. I think it's something that's making a big comeback, and it's something that's growing in popularity.
I can see that, because, you've got games like Everdell, which gives Isle of Cats, which we will cover Isle of Cats in a future video.
I'm pretty sure we've said that before, but yes,
I know.
It's happening. We promise.
It's a great game. It's more complicated than this. Very much more complicated than this, but definitely a game that we've discovered that became a decent favorite.
Stuff like Exploding Kittens or Throw Burrito. Those are a little more aggressive, but they are so cartoonish and childish.
Yeah, Throw Burrito is literally called the dodgeball card game, it's fun,
hilarious. But yeah, no, I definitely think that cartoonish games have a place in our society, and I think the people that are developing them realize that.
Yeah. So, what are your final thoughts on Camel Up?
Final thoughts. Wow, good game.
Good game.
Only thought in my head. No, I remember when we first bought this game, and we were talking about pulling it out for a video. We went out of our way to name every single camel.
Yes, we did.
We
wanted to do this. We wanted to do this as a 4-player run through, and we wanted to have race color commentary going on the entire
Right.
time. Obviously, like, we didn't actually get that in there.
I know red was going to be Ruby.
Right.
Yellow was,
Sunshine?
I think it was like lightning or something silly like
Lightning
that.
might make sense.
We wanted it to be fast. I know the white one was Karen.
Black was Crazy Joe.
Black is Crazy Joe. The other three I'm a little bit blanking on, but yeah, definitely. I think we were originally planning on doing more like a narration style throughout the play. But
I think that would still be a fun video down the road. Maybe, obviously, not like further down the road, not anytime soon. But I think that could be, you know, if we get stuck for a video or something, that might be something fun to pull out, bring more people in, run it, have one person not even playing, just doing narration.
Right.
Could be. I think that could be really fun. Just add another sense of wonder, another sense of silliness to this already silly game.
Exactly. Overall, the game design is pretty good. I think everything. So one thing I've noticed in some games is that it's really easy to get locked into a specific strategy.
Yeah.
But here in Camel Up, every action you can take is valuable. Now, I've mentioned I don't really like using the booster tokens, but that's just because in my mind they are so random. But they do serve a purpose. They are functional, and it does not hurt you to play them. So I like the booster. I don't play the booster tokens, but I like that they're there, and I like that it's functional.
Right.
Getting paid to move people along the track, that's a great plan. The win-loss on the bets. The only hiccup is, and this is of course by design, it's not a bad thing at all. Betting on the overall win or loss action is only useful closer to the end of the game. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Just once, I'd like to see someone dumb enough to bet on the final camel
and have it come back to win
during the first heat, and then
that would be a sight to see. That would be a game to play.
So yeah, colorful, fun, cartoonish game.
Yeah. If you're interested in other games like this, let us know. We can cover more similar, silly, fun type of quick games on the channel. I think this was a really good Let's Play video because it wasn't too long. Our other ones have been a bit longer. But I really liked covering this on this channel, on the podcast. So definitely let us know if you're interested in more games like this. Let us know what type of games you want us to cover. We can do spotlights. We can do Let's Plays.
I think a lot of the games that we end up covering are really more designed for the young adult crowd.
Right.
But no, it's definitely good if we've got family people out there, people that are looking for games to pick up for family night. You've got young kids. Definitely let us know. We're more than happy to cover more games like this.
Yeah.
That you would want to buy for your kids.
We've mentioned it before, but we want to turn this hobby into the most accessible thing that we can. So if you are unsure of types of games to pick up, or if you've heard of a game but you're not quite sure if you're interested in it, we are more than willing to put a video together for you and, give you a better idea of whether or not that's the type of game that you're interested in. So definitely leave us comments down below. Make sure to like and follow and keep escaping the boredom. And we'll see you next time.